Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're excited to kick off another version of Express Court. So today for Express Court, we have actually a new and upcoming brand. This is one where a few of my different subscribers actually reached out and like, Judge, have you tried 15 Stars Bourbon? I'm like, no, I haven't. It was actually new to me. So I reached out to 15 Stars. They were kind enough to share this bottle, for a complete honest review. And so we're going to dive into 15 Stars. All right, so we're back at it with 15 Stars. So what do we know, Judge, about 15 Stars Bourbon? So a couple of things. So number one, 15 Stars Bourbon is a brand that, they're out of Bardstown, Kentucky. Like many new brands, when you start out, you might be laying down your own barrels and your own distillate. However, to get started, you have to source your whiskey. So they're very upfront and very straightforward. They are taking source Kentucky bourbon and only Kentucky bourbon, blending it together, putting it out there for now. But again, they are laying down their own barrels of their own distillate currently, right? So that's that. Again, they're based out of Bardstown, Kentucky. And what I like is really cool is that, again, like I said earlier, they are only using Kentucky bourbon. So that means there's no MGP in here. There's no Dickel out of Tennessee, and nor any other distilleries that they might be using. They're only using Kentucky actual bourbon. So, which we kind of know who those potentially are if you think about the various different distilleries in Kentucky that actually allow sourcing of their whiskey. I think we might know who they are, at least a couple of those. All right. What else do we know about 15 Stars? So the brand itself, as you see here on the front, the brand and the name 15 Stars. So this is actually they're kind of paying homage to the state of Kentucky was the 15th state to become a state in the U.S. The state of Kentucky became a state, of course, obviously back in 1792, but the actual 15 Star flag, Kentucky was added as a 15th star to the 15 Star flag in 1795. So the 15 Star flag, 15 stars, hence the name, the reason, and so forth. Again, kind of paying homage to all of the great history that Kentucky has from a whiskey and a bourbon standpoint as a whole. Now, for me personally, I know you can only find this whiskey, at least by me, only online. So if you go directly to their website, you can find their products. I've looked around, been searching, traveling, and so forth, and I haven't seen 15 Stars in other different states. So more than likely, it's probably released only online at their website, maybe in some stores in and outside of Kentucky, but definitely online, of course, again, their website. All right, let's go ahead and get into this whiskey. So, that nose. All right. So they have two different, let's call them, I guess, expressions right now. They have a 14-year-old bourbon, which is just a straight 14-year-old. And they have this bad boy here, what we're reviewing today. So this is again, Kentucky straight bourbon, but this is a blended bourbon. And they're marrying together, as it says on the front, a marriage of fine bourbons, 7 and 15 years old. So 7 and 15 years old, blended together. And this one comes in at exactly 107 proof. A lot of people love that 107 proof standpoint. Not just talking about antique, Weller antique, but just 107 proof in general. It's a great proof that you can love, honestly, throughout the entire year. Right? If you think about it, a lot of proof points you really can't, go after in the middle of summer. Most people aren't drinking Stag Junior at 130 proof or 135 proof in the middle of summer. But 107 proof is actually a nice little sweet spot. So we'll see. I don't know. We shall see. So this nose, let me dive into the nose. So a marriage of 7 and 15 years. So this nose screams a couple of different things. I get a great blend of like caramel, some floral notes, which is nice and soft. Almost like there might be like, maybe there's some wheat in here almost in a way. Caramel, some floral notes, some cinnamon, smidge of brown sugar, and a smidge of pepper, a little peppery as well. But the number one, and actually the 1 and 2, I should say, by far, the caramel, cinnamon, and the floral, those three actually really kind of stand out. Really, really nice. All right. So you might be wondering, Judge, what is the price on this bad boy? A little bit on the steeper side. Cousin Nita might go a little crazy if she heard this dollar amount. So it is a $140 bottle. So this bottle, again, $1.39 to be exact, obviously plus, you know, shipping and everything, but $140. So definitely a little bit steeper, but again, newer brand, obviously a little bit more expensive because you're sourcing whiskey, sourcing older whiskey, 7 and up to 15 years. So I get from a price standpoint, if you really think about it, you know, and this is not too far off from being cask strength at 107 proof. So it's not too far off. So, which is not bad as well. All right, Judge, let me know how is it in the palate. Let's get into it. All right, my friends. 3 quick, easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Have you heard of 15 Stars, this new brand? Again, this is new to me. So last but not least, please make sure you also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right, here we go. Cheers, everybody. All right. Woo! All right, hold on. Let me get a little bit more before I give the full, you know, the verdict, but then also kind of explain the palate and the finish as well. A smidge more. Wow, not bad. Damn. All right, and on the back here, without chill filtration as well, which is good. So keeping all those great, you know, natural acids in the whiskey. They're not removing those, which is nice. All right. So there's a couple of things. I'm going to finish this too, by the way, because this is pretty good. Number 1, everything from the nose transferred to the palate. In the palate, you had a lot more of caramel, a little bit more cinnamon, even the floral note as well in the palate. What also came through in the palate, which I didn't really get in the nose, was a little bit of notes, like some hidden like notes like vanilla as well. That came through in the palate as well. For 107 proof, I would say this actually probably sips closer to like maybe a 110, maybe even 112. It sips a little bit warmer than 107 proof, which I do like, especially this time of year. And I'm gonna get a last little drop before I give you the verdict. All right. Wow. All right. So, Judge, the verdict. Is this an instantly buy? Should I go directly on the website? Is it a do not buy? Forget 15 stars? What is your verdict, Judge, and why? Well, there are a couple of things to call out here. By the way, I have to give them credit. This cap, I mean, that's like number 1, looks like a quarter almost in a way. If you look at that, I can zoom in on that bad boy. This is like extremely heavy. This is for real. So, Judge, what's the verdict? Am I buying this or am I leaving it on the shelf? For me, I poured a little bit more of this bad boy. Oh man, that's really, really nice. For me and for me only, I'm gonna give a very clear verdict here. This is a split decision. Woo! I bet everyone thought that was an instant buy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like this a lot. What is challenging about it is the price point. It's $140 for bourbon that's blended between 7 and 15 years old. I like it a lot, and I do think it's actually really good quality. I wish the price point was a little bit lower, maybe like even like in the 110 range. If it was $110, even 105, then I would say absolutely flat out, this is a definite buy. But at 140, it's just a little bit too expensive in my opinion. I like this a lot. I think it's great, fantastic whiskey. If you're in Kentucky, I'm sure you probably can find it at a bar. Try it for yourself at a bar in Kentucky. You might walk out and say, I don't know what the hell the judge was talking about. This is damn near fantastic. But again, it's great whiskey. It's not the quality, it's the price. If it was just a little bit more reasonable, like $110, then I would say absolutely buy it all day long. Buy 2, 3, 4 bottles of it because the whiskey is actually flat out fantastic. Nice long finish, and again, it sips even closer to 110, maybe even 112 proof. But $140, I want something that is like purely memorable. All right, my friends. I'm going to make sure later tonight during my happy hour with my patrons that we discuss this 15 stars. So I'll get my patrons feedback on 15 stars as well. But until then, folks, peace, cheers, and most important, Lou. Take care.